I hereby summon all my imps. Hey everybody, it's Annabelle. Time to do the last 10 card set, which alphabetically is Warrior. We're going to, as always, remember, please do not do anything based on my opinions. These are my opinions of own. I am often wrong and I often do not read well. But we're going to go with the Warrior cards in from the worst to the best, in my opinion. So we're going to start off with the worst Warrior card in the set, in my opinion, which, believe it or not, is one of the legendaries, which is the 6-mana 3/7 card that says gain +1/+1 for each damaged minion, then attack all enemies. On turn 6, it's going to be really weird to have a whole bunch of damaged minions on your side of the board and a whole bunch of damaged minions on your opponent's side of the board, and then have this go through. Let's just say let's say a good case scenario, you have 3 damaged minions between yours and your opponent's, okay? So this is gaining +3/+3. So it's coming down as a 6/10. That 6/10 hits a 6/6, a 4/4, and it's dead. You know, it hits a 4/4, a 4/4, and a 4/4, and that's you basically got rid of 3 minions that were 4/4s on turn 6. That's not great. You're basically hoping for some weird situation where you have all damaged minions on both sides of the field. Every slot is filled with a minion that all took damage except for this one. So let's go with the best case scenario. You got 14 slots, 13 because this would take up 1. All 13 minions somehow are damaged but not dead. You play this down, which means that this gets +13/+13, which makes this a 16 health, and it hits you. It hits your enemy straight in the face, so they take 16 straight off the bat, and then the rest of it they use to clear off the board. That's your best case scenario. You get to a situation with that on turn 6, let me know, please. Not saying it's impossible, but you almost have to make that situation happen. The 9th card for us is going to be the Conquerors Banner. Conquerors Banner is a 2-mana spell for Warrior that has reveal a card from each player's deck 3 times. Draw any of yours that cost more. Joust was not a good mechanic even when it was out in the Grand Tournament. This is basically the Joust mechanic 3 times. You have to play small cards, you have to play mid cards. There are so many times where Joust didn't work out for you. There's going to be times where this is 2 mana, draw a card. There's going to be times where this is 2 mana, draw nothing. So, hope for the best, plan for the worst, and this card is going to be horrible draw so many times. Even if you're playing big stuff, you'll get your 8, let's say, out of your deck, and somehow your opponent will get his 1/10 card that he's got in his deck for some odd and inexplicable reason, and you will be able to draw it. It happens so many times in Joust. Next up for us is the number 8 card. The number 8 card for us is going to be the Location. The location for Warwick is the Sanguine Depths. The Sanguine Depths is a 1-mana 3 charge location card that says deal 1 damage to a minion, give it +1 attack. There's not anything in the set right now that cares about taking 1 damage. Even the cards that are currently out right now, they're coming out in this set, don't care about taking 1 damage. And right now, there's not really anybody left out there who is playing the effect from back in Forged in the Barrens. You know, who out there is still playing the cards that say deal 1 damage to anything. Most warriors are playing pirates right now. I don't know if anybody out there is caring about taking 1 damage. You know, it's pirates. It's from the depths that's getting played right now. You're not looking at stuff that has frenzy at this point, you know. Frenzy is not seeing play right now. Number 8, that was number 8 for us. We're going to move on to number 7. Number 7 for us is going to be the 2 mana 1/4 Crazed Wrench, which is the 2 mana 1/4 that has, if this card is damaged, give it +2 attack and charge. Unless you're planning on playing the location, there's other ways to get damage on this that you could use that would be way better than the location. It would just give this +2 attack and charge, and even when that happens, you're doing 3 to face. It's okay. If you can get some buff on this, it might be better to have something like give this some buff throughout the package. There's not a lot to buff this right now, I'm not sure. That's Hammer for Warrior. It's the aggro version of it. This is basically the card that you're supposed to play with the location, and I don't think that this card by itself makes you want to play the location. Next up for us is number 6. Number 6 for us is going to be the Executioner, which is the 2 mana 1/4 that when a friendly minion takes damage, give a minion in your hand +1/+1. This is the other card that supposedly is supposed to work with the location. If you don't play the location, this is fine by itself. It's going to get something in your hand +1/+1 a lot of times, and a lot of times it's going to give something in your hand +2/+2. That's fine. You just are okay with this card existing without the location. You don't need to run it in order to justify this card. But this is supposed to be the other card that justifies the location, and to me the location's not justified. Number 5 for us is going to be the weapon. The weapon is the Imbued Axe. It's the other card that basically is supposed to justify the location, which is after your hero attacks, give your damaged minions +1/+1. And if you have lost 3 minions before you play this and you attack, then you give your damaged minions +2/+2. There's a lot of times you can just trade in a minion, get it down to where it only has 1 health left, and swing with the axe and just play it by itself without the location and give it +1/+1, which is just fine by itself. Warriors don't mind having any kind of weapon. This is basically a fiery war axe flipped. It's a little bit heavy, but has a big upside on it. Even the +1/+1 is fine. You can trade in before you attack and you're doing fine. Number 4 for us is going to be the Suspicious Pirate. The Suspicious Pirate is a 3 mana 3/4. It has battle cry, discover a weapon. If your opponent guesses, they get a copy of it. It's a pirate. It's 3 slot. There is a slot left in Pirate Warrior for a 3 mana pirate. This one's gonna fit in fine. You pretty much don't care what weapon you get. You can pick something that's gonna help you down the road. You can pick something that just goes into your curve. You can pick something weird. You can pick something that you know that your opponent's not gonna guess. You can pick something that you know that your opponent's gonna guess and you're not gonna care. Because you playing down the weapon helps you out more than them playing down the weapon, even if they know exactly what weapon you played. Next up for us is going to be number 3, so it's our bronze medal. Our bronze medal goes to the Burden of Pride. The Burden of Pride is a 4-mana spell that says summon 3/1/3 jailers with taunt. If you have 20 or less health, give them +1/+1. This is what they look like. All the way down here. Hang on, let me see if I can give you a screenshot of them. There we go, so that's what they look like. 4-mana, 1/3 with taunt, that's good. And if you're below 20 health, which isn't odd for warrior to get below 20 health, you give them +1/+1, so that's 3/2/4s with taunt. It's anti-aggro. It's letting Priest go to that late game. Priest needs some late game love. This is perfect for late game warrior, and warrior needs some of that late game love. So number 2 for us is the Armoria, the Living Blade. That's the creature that is a 4-mana 10, and it's very important to realize that this is a creature first, weapon second. It's both, but it's a creature first. So as long as it's a creature first, you can't get it off of any weapon discover effects. And what makes this card interesting is that it's both. You throw this down, you can take down something that has 4 attack, 4 health or less right off the bat, and then throw it into your hand and then deal 4 damage. There's going to be times where that's going to get you past the taunt. And then after you attack, you get the 4 back. You get it back as what's ever left on the blade. And you can even kill off another 4. And that's not unreasonable to kill 2 4 health minions and take 4 straight to face on 7. It's a little heavy, but it's going to get you through something many times. And then the number 1 for us for warrior is going to be Riot. Riot is a 2-mana spell that says your minions can't be reduced below 1 health this turn. They attack a random enemy minion. This is Mass Hysteria, this is Brawl, this is so many other cards with upside. This is Mass Hysteria with upside, this is Brawl with upside, because you're not losing any of your minions on it. You play Brawl on 5 and you don't care sometimes. This is way better than Brawl. All your minions get to live, and even if your minions don't kill their board, you've basically hurt their board real bad. Right, that's all 10 cards for Warrior. Thank you so much for going through with me on this day. I do appreciate everybody who came by and while I was doing this and gave me some follows and came by and did some chatting with me. Thank you so much for going through this. And as always, remember, play for fun.